Hello, Serge here from the back tee at Old South Golf Club, which is our home base just off island on Hilton Head. And we're standing here with as you know, on my left over here is the Honorable Greg McDonald. He's the head of golf instruction here at Old South, runs my programs for me here. And over here is Mr. Win Tweedy.
Yep.
And did that thing give you problems growing up, Tweety Bird?
Well, yeah. I can remember being called Winnie Tweedy, you know.
Oh, okay. Anyways, the idea is the Win is the right answer here, in the set that your first name's Winfield, and the reason why he's here today is because if you remember back in around February, March, we ran a special to if you joined us Inner Circle for a full year and paid for a full year in advance, your name was thrown into I guess it was a fishbowl or something, and we. And right here by the flagpole in the front circle, the drive around in the circle to drop your clubs off, we pulled it out and we just said, heck, let's see if we can call Mr. Tweedy.
That's right.
And sure enough, he was there, he answered the phone, and we told him he's the winner. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
The winner is, don't look at the names.
And the winner is Tweedy Winfield. Tweedy Winfield.
Hello, Winfield.
Yes,
This is the Surge.
yes, sir.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Well, I think you're going to be doing greater when Greg McDonald's standing here with me, holding a big sheet that says at gmail.com, and then it's got Winfield Tweedy as your name. And what does that mean, Greg?
That means you're the winner of the golf school. Come see Don and I for a free golf school.
Oh my goodness. That is great.
Yep, you're the winner. We pulled you out of the fishbowl or whatever kind of bowl we had. We had 49 names or something in there, and you were the winner that took advantage of the signing up for a full year. So you can go to the website and look under golf schools, and we got 2 or 3 more up there. And choose the one you want to come to. Just call in and register, and they'll have your name and there as the winner. And Greg and I will look forward to seeing you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Congratulations. Look forward to seeing you.
Okay.
Now, in the end, you owe it all to Greg because he's the one who pulled your name. I just held the bowl.
Okay.
So we'll look forward to seeing you. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Oh, that's something.
And so you won a free golf school, and here you are today. And this is our 3rd day. And was it worth it?
Oh, it's worth every penny I spent to get here.
And you had to come a long way, right?
Yeah, I came from Port Townsend, Washington, about as far as you can get away and still be in the lower 48. Yep. But you guys really helped my game a lot.
What did you figure? Now, you're a real golf guy. I mean, last night I was driving out of the parking lot at the hotel at 7 o'clock getting ready to go down and do our webinar, and you're out there swinging golf clubs in the grass out there.
Yeah, I can't help myself.
And we've been out here since we've been out here almost like 8 hours yesterday, and he's out there at 7 o'clock just before dusk swinging golf clubs. Yeah. Is there anything? Now, I know you're really into golf. You read a lot of books. You're really, I guess we could say, a golf nut. You live and sleep it and eat it and everything else. And is there anything you learned here that you could say was, wow, I didn't know that, and it really helped?
Yeah, I learned 3 or 4 really good things. Number one is when I pick up the club, when I address the ball, instead of addressing the ball on the ground with my club, I address it up here so that this arm right here, you can see it here, and it stays behind here. The other really neat thing I learned was when you're chipping, you always say to keep the this end of the shaft this way, but so I would have a tendency to have it out here, but Don says you just take your club and you figure out how what degree of loft you want on that club.
Or what shaft lean you want.
Yeah, what shaft lean you want, and you actually address it to right here, right up on these buttons. Your hand doesn't get, and so I learned that. That was excellent.
At that point, it has to stay under your sternum, because if it gets too far forward or too far back, you start chunking and everything else. What else?
And the other thing I learned, and I don't know why, it's because old-time golfing, I always thought, I think it was because of Jack Nicklaus, I always thought that you had to get your head this way a little bit so your eye would be on the ball. And he got me pointing my nose at the ball, and that really made a big difference.
Yeah, it cut out the chunks and the thins.
Yeah.
Right, now there's one other thing I think you missed, and we found it when we did our putting. When we did our putting, he's got a putter, one of these where the shaft comes in the back and it comes in. And when I started there watching him, where did you miss it all the time?
I always missed it to the right.
To the right, and I mean he wasn't even touching the hole from 3 feet. And he's got a unique putter here. It's a good putter, but if you look at it this way, it's level. The bottom of the putter is level over here, but these arms, or whatever you want to call it back here, they're recessed down about 3/8 of an inch. So could you hold that for me?
Sure.
So when he was putting the putter on the ground, and he would have his putter, he'd let this part get on the ground, and then he would let it settle back like this, and look what happens to it. Because that's not the same length, the same space right there, when it settled down, it was popping the club face wide open every time. Now I actually have the other model of this putter, and these bars that come off the sides are they start at the exact bottom. It's totally from right at the face, the face part here, all the way to the back. It's the exact same height. And I gave him mine to try because it's the exact same model as this. I had one here. I always bring about 8 putters so they can see different models and stuff. The one I had didn't do it because there wasn't that gap. He made the 10 in a row where you don't go on the very next try.
Yep.
So one of the most important things I always say about putting is make sure you get a putter you can aim. And this one is a little dangerous because of that gap. It lets it sit back and it pops the putter wide open. Conversely, if you kept your hands a little too high, it would have popped it shut if it went down on the other side. So we cured that. So overall in all, good trip?
I had a great trip, and you know, part of the best part of the trip too was listening to Don. I have to say, I didn't know what to expect, but he worked with us every day, all day. He didn't have someone else working with us, so I got all the Don that you can possibly handle, I think.
Well, we always maintain a minimum of 4 to 1, and we had a small class here, and so I basically was the total instructor. Most of the times we get enough students, we get up over 8 to 12 or something. I got Greg here, and I got another teacher too, and we're each going up and down and roaming the line, so they get a little bit of everybody. But when I'm going to be here, I'm here, and I work. So, and you work too, and I guess you just couldn't get enough. You had to be swinging at 7 o'clock at night before dark. Well, that's great. I thank you so much for getting in the inner circle.
And thank you.
Greg, any last comments?
No, you done great again.
Thanks
As
a lot.
always.
So from Greg, Mr. Tweedy and the Surge, from the back tee at Old South, we'll be talking to you all again soon.